The next technique I'm going to show you, just before he realises that I've noticed that he is actually awake, very quickly, I'm just going to show you how to do this. Now this is from a stamp set called Just Believe, which is this one here, and it's a silhouetted one, so it's a kind of a block colour one, and to be able to pick him out, I'm using the Always Artichoke green, and I'm just going to colour in the leaves, and I'm just going to do a part of it because you can see there the whole of it. So I'm just going to do part of it, and you just again use the side where you can, and the tip to get some to those more intricate detailed parts. Here we go. So that's my Always Artichoke, and now I'm going to use my Regal Rose and just colour in the flower bits. Careful not to catch your green on your Regal Rose or on your the darker colours on your lighter colours, because of that can be quite annoying. It doesn't ruin the pen exactly. You can get it out by colouring in just on your paper like that, and it should come clean eventually, but it does waste a bit of ink when you have to do that. And again, just to bring the moisture out of it, we just huff on it, go and then stamp our image. And as you can see, you've got these nice pink bits. Maybe I should have done that one green. I think that's meant to be leaves, but it doesn't matter. It can be whatever we want it to be. So yeah, and as you can see, it's a nice way of making block images two colours. If I had just one ink pad and I was trying to do that, I wouldn't be able to get that effect. The next thing I'm going to show you is just this one. This stamp here is from my stamp set Bordering on Romance, and I'm going to use the block here that I had my Storybook Friends on. I'm going to take the kitten off. I'm going to put this one on like that, and I'm going to do the exact same technique as I just did with the other one. I'm going to colour in my green, just using the side of my pen and the tip where I want to get a little bit more precise. I'm going to use my saffron for the middle of my flowers, and I'm going to use a nice rose red for the outlines of my flowers. Now of course you can do whatever images and whatever colours you like. This is just my demonstration of it. And there's lots and lots of ways to use markers, and this is just a few of the techniques that I'm showing you today. There we go. So what I'm going to do now to get this lovely effect I've got here is I'm just going to use my Regal Rose, and I'm going to use the thin end, and I'm just going to go from the yellow, and I'm just going to scribble a bit out, just so you get that nice shading effect, and just kind of scribble out from wherever I decide I want the growing direction to be. And it just means that when you go over it in your blender pen, like I'm going to do in a minute, that you have this really nice darker shade at the bottom, and that really nice effect. And then I'll go over it with this one, and I'm just going to use this on my acrylic block just to show you. You can use anything really, as long as it's clear and it's wipeable. These are water based, so they'll come out rather easily. Make sure that's clean. Pick up your colour and just go around all your different bits. There we go. Clean that one off. And that's that one. So you colour two different ways like that, and you can colour with your fin tip and to have this really nice kind of gradual effect change. You can colour in with your blender pens using that one. You can mask off parts of your image, like the sentiment and the ball of wool. We can colour in using 2 pens. We can colour in using 1 pen. Oh, that was the last ones I did, the other video. Don't know what I've done with this ones. Here we go. We can colour in using 2 pens, colour in using 1 pen, and just shading those. You can see where they've dried now, what they turn out like when they're dry, which is quite nice, ignoring my going out of the edges. Sometimes it can be quite nice if you want something to have a little bit more depth to it. You can just go around it in a very soft colour, like Sahara sand, and you can literally just use the thick edge and just go around the outside of your image. And Sahara sand is actually a really good colour to do it with, because it's a very, very soft colour. And you literally just go around the outside of your whole image. And it just kind of brings your image to the front almost, just kind of gives it a little bit of depth, which is really, really nice. The other thing I'm going to show you a really nice technique which was shown to me recently by a friend. And the technique is how to get this lovely effect, this lovely pinky effect. You can use whatever colour you want. I've decided to use pink for this purpose. So it's how to get this really nice pink effect, and it comes out different every time. So I'm just going to literally grab a little bit of scrap paper here. And I'm just going to colour onto my box here. I'm going to use the pink and I'm just going to colour onto it. And I'm going to use a bit of water. I've got a little spray bottle here. Just 1 spray will do. And I'm going to use my card and I'm just going to wipe it on there. And just try and soak up as much of that ink as possible. And this is why I always keep a kitchen roll handy near. Now, your cardstock can get quite wet when you've done this, so it's a good opportunity to let it dry. Or if you've got a heat gun, you can get it to dry quicker with a heat gun. And as you can see, it's a different effect every time. This one's got more of a kind of a patchy effect to it, and this one's kind of got more of a smoother effect to it. I'm just going to use this tool to distress the edges. You can use a pair of scissors as well, but this tool is quite handy, and it's quite safe that you can just go back and forth with it and you don't have to worry about hurting your hands on the blade at all, which is quite nice. And as you can see, I'm doing it when it's wet, so it's tearing a little bit, unfortunately. It's a good idea to wait for it to dry before you do it. And distressing the edges just gives it a little bit of chance to soak up a little bit more. And this time I'm just using my rose red, doing the exact same thing, just to soak up these edges a little bit. And it just kind of gives that little bit of depth, and I'll show you a little bit more clearly. This is one that I made before, and this is Pacific Point, and I think we used Lucky Limeade or Certainly Celery. We used a green and a blue to get this really nice effect, and you can probably see how nice the edges have come in with this distressed effect. And yeah, it's just a really nice, pretty idea, and something you can also use your pens for. Like I said, always keep a bit of kitchen roll handy if you're doing anything like this. Stamping can get very messy. So there we have it. I don't think there's anything else I can show you today before my little man gets completely agitated. So thank you for watching, and if you are interested in anything, just contact me. And if you need to be shown anything else, just let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye.